Dean C, thank you for the $5. It says, yo, Ak, it's time to have that conversation about Nicki Minaj. Her numbers are going crazy. Well, what conversation do you want me to have about Nicki? Because everything I told y'all, Nicki's doing. Like, Nicki's never been irrelevant. She has pretty much one of the biggest, like, ever since this, actually, of rabid fan bases. Remember there was a time people thought this YB Better little stan group could compete with the Barbs? Them niggas, like, only lasted a summer. YB Better is out of here. The Barbs been Barbs for 10 years. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, these bitches are old. Some of these hoes going towards menopause. They got 3-4 kids. You know what I mean? They're still wearing pink wigs and all that type of shit. So Nicki Minaj has always had the most phenomenally, well, half mentally disturbed, but also just rabid fan base in the game. And that's just what it is. So when I see the numbers and everybody's like, whatever. Nicki's been promoting a pre-order for her album for like mad long. And I'm not saying nothing wrong with that. That's good. You know what Nicki did? Because I heard, who did I hear say this? I think I heard Joe Budden say this. It was like, oh, they don't like that the label didn't seem like they're giving an elaborate rollout for Nicki. Well, here's the thing. Nicki's fans only listen to Nicki. And that's what I'm telling you. She has the most loyal fan base. No matter if I don't like him. Most loyal fan base in the game. She's been telling them for months. She dropped a pre-order link. And I don't know if you've ever seen when Nicki drops a song. Her fan base shares credit card numbers that everybody could buy it. So, and I'm not saying this is manipulation. It's not. I do not think it's manipulation. This is to show Nicki Minaj is one of the last remaining people in music with a actual fan base that is primarily stemmed from music. And if she tells them, buy my music, they'll go buy the music. By the way, I've been also one of those people who have gotten mad at Nicki fan base because they'll stalk people, harass people, expose people, dox people, but sometimes they won't stream her singles. But here's the thing. I guarantee, and let me see if I can find, I don't know if we can find a breakdown yet. And obviously, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I guess I'm starting with Nicki, right? If you don't know what I'm talking about Nicki Minaj. Her album, Pink Friday 2, by the way, long awaited. Right? Which, by the way, I'm also going to give her credit for dropping an album right now. Let me tell you what's going on in the female game. You see a lot of these females are making noises and they're all pussy. And what I mean by that is that they don't want to drop music. They don't want to drop albums. You know why? Because a lot of them are they're hype and they're inflated value, which means that they have a hot song for the moment, but they know they can't sell an album. They can sell that single because TikTok's fucking with it, or the metrics say it's going to work, but they can't sell an album. But it's not only the women. It's a lot of dudes that's in that predicament too. They don't want to flop because the last time they dropped, they did, I don't know, 100K. So they want you in your mind to be like, oh, well, they're still hot, so I'm not going to drop. Nicki has a real fan base, a real legit fan base. And if you guys don't know, she dropped Pink Friday 2 and her album is on pace. Let me see. I put it up here. Okay, wait. Oh, I feel like I'm an idiot now. I can't find it. I definitely put it up on the gram. Did I not? Or maybe I didn't. Did I put it up on the gram? Okay, whatever. It's definitely on Twitter. Nicki Minaj, Pink Friday 2 is on pace to sell 190,000 copies first week. I think that's huge. I think that's phenomenal. It separates Nicki from the field. I'm glad, obviously, if you listen to the album, by the way, a lot of people like the album. I haven't gotten all the way into it, but a lot of people like the album. But Nicki's, and for everything I've said about Nicki and her handling her beefs, this is how Nicki should do it. She dissed whoever she needed to diss. She dissed Meg, Lotto. She was still sunning everybody in the game. But you know why this was important? She did it on music. She wasn't on like Instagram Live looking bitter and looking like an auntie. She looked like, this is a different league of rap that, yes, there's a lot of girls coming up. Y'all doing y'all thing, blah, blah, blah. But y'all are here in this little mix. Y'all keep fighting. I'm here. And I think this is a tremendous display that not only she actually has a real fan base, But of course, the legacy that she created by even dropping the original Pink Friday is now coming to fruition because people wanted to see the sequel or hear the sequel. Okay, so I gotta say kudos to Nicki Minaj. Um, I'm glad her music, at least for this week, is louder than the narratives because sometimes that Queen radio stuff, and I'm like hot and cold on it for her because I do like artists speaking their mind. But sometimes her narratives and her voice just talking or talking shit is louder than sometimes the songs, and clearly not this time. So congratulations to her. And yeah, everybody who she dissed, pick up a fucking stick. Meg, pick up a stick. Lotto, pick up a stick. Yeah, she was getting it in. I'm sorry. So, again, Lotto is somebody I like. But, again, she dealing with y'all wicked. You know what I mean? This is what she said pretty much at, I get into some of what, oh, man. This is what she said about, I believe, Meg. She said she had some bars kind of low-key dissing Meg. Here we go. So she was like, yo, stay in your Tory lanes. I'm not Iggy. And it was like Nicki Minaj, she was seemingly taking a direct shot at Meg. Meg the person. Why did everybody call her Meg the person? Is that after Party? Dister? Meg the person for notoriously stealing from Iggy Azalea her entire career. By the way, I never even knew this. Nicki states that she will not tolerate Meg copying her own work. Now, this was a lyric again. And apparently you could trace it back to like here. So let me try to play it. Here we go.
Drop it, slim thick, big bug, tat it up, pop it, throw it back, bounce it that, make it clap, drop it, do the splits, do the shit, drop it down low then pop it.
Ayy, yeah, big racks, big ass, look back, pose.
What the fuck?
Face down, ass up.
Oh, hell no.
Toes, ayy, hate me.
See, this is 2020. If she was fucking Tory back then, Tory wouldn't make you have no same bars as no fucking Iggy Azalea. I'm sorry. Matter of fact, this is the problem if you're sharing writers with Iggy Azalea already.
Oh, what? Fuck these hoes. Ayy, honey.
Now, in reality, what this probably is, they share the same writer, right? Now, this is kind of disheartening because if you want to know why some of my critique of Meg musically, like just musically, there was a time they were like, everyone was impressed by her freestyles. And I was like, all right, she could rap. But because she could rap, we're going to have higher standards for her albums. Yeah, I get it. You just like to twerk on your tippy toes and all that bullshit. But once you have the ability to really rap, we're thinking you could shoot for the crown. It's like, we have these, I don't call them bullshit artists, but these artists that don't have the ability to rap like a Drake. When you have that ability, people want you to start punching in that realm. Like, it's a different league. So when she drops these little, like, wannabe twerk anthems, you're like, damn, girl, what happened to all this rapping you had? Now, here's the thing. I think maybe Meg was just overhyped. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I know this looks like, again, they have the same writer. I've never heard about, and don't say Safari, I never heard about no Nicki Minaj, like full-on writers. You know what I mean? Like, maybe people gave her a hook here or there. But I think even to her detriment, one of Nicki's probably faults and greatest accolades is that she has prided herself on writing a lot of her music. And shit, I've faulted her on a little bit of that because of, sometimes has the same cadence. Like, yo, you still sound like it's '09. You know what I mean? But shit, that's her taking, like, pride in her craft. With this, is like, yo, Meg, like, you and Iggy Azalea can't share the same writer. What the fuck? Like, it's no way you could possibly compete with the greats if you're sharing a writer with Iggy Azalea. Like, get the fuck on out of here. So, I don't know.
Ass up, back it up.
Okay, let me see. There's another one. What the fuck is Lola? Oh, this is Iggy Azalea had a song called Lola? And then WAP looked like this? Is this a stretch? I don't know. Then Sally Walker. Is these Iggy Azalea songs? Man, I don't even know Iggy Azalea's music no more. And then I guess somebody dropped Ungrateful. What the fuck is Ungrateful? Okay, and then I believe they're saying that the look that Nicki Minaj had for Anaconda, Meg had for some song. I don't know. Anyway, let's put this in perspective, man. It's a sad state of affair in female rap because all of them do all that type of talking shit, this and third. And Nicki lyrically bullies them. I don't like it, but it's the truth. They can't box with her. They can't, and when I mean box, I'm talking lyrically compete. They don't have nothing to say to her. She has a one-up on them in every category. She sells more than them, raps better than them. The only thing they got on her is age. If I was them, I'd age shame her to death because that's the only thing you got. But it's become abundantly clear that at least Nicki realizes her one-up in the game, which is just true talent and just being dedicated to the shit. She's gonna bully this little drunk right here, and she ain't finna do nothing. She might have some little vague bar about somebody hating on her, but she can't rap with Nicki. Get out of here. Now, Lotto might be like, oh, let me try to include my diss reply on like a hit song, because I do think Lotto can make hits. But Lotto can't. None of these chicks can rap with Nicki. What the fuck? So again, I think Nicki's bullying these women, and I like it. I'm sorry. I like it. Yo, the fuck? Yo, this is music. The hell? It's music. She's bullying them. And she's bullying y'all lyrically. Hey, drop an album and be good like mine. Rap like me. Have a fan base who'll buy your shit. I think that's within bounds. I'm sorry. That's within bounds. That's within bounds. I'm sorry. For once, I got to say I could respect it. Keep bullying them lyrically. Now, the other weird stuff, I would say no, because Nicki does do other weird stuff too. But if you want to diss these girls all day on your songs, if they can't pick up a stick and respond, fuck them. They got to pick up a stick. These chicks better go to Remy Ma and go get some ghostwriting. Because clearly, if you sharing a damn ghostwriter with motherfucking Iggy Azalea, you're not about to come back with a proper response. What are you doing? So, anyway. Now, for the barbers or whoever might see this, listen, I'm only talking about music. This is a music conversation. Y'all get too far into this beef in their lives. Yo, look. Yo, she liked this tweet. Look, when she said this, yo, she always calling Meg Bigfoot, which, yo, Meg, she called you Bigfoot and you ain't call her granny once. You tweaking, bro. Meg, Tory in jail. Like you can rap at that nigga. Like, you got 10 years to give your response to him. Okay? But the immediate threat right now is that nigga Party, who's trying to change her name from Meg the Stallion to Meg the Person, and Nicki Minaj. You should be coming out like Pac. Yo, when Meg gonna pick up a stick, man? Anyway, either that, somebody said Meg's so much shorter than Nicki. Yeah, either that or you gotta beat Nicki up. Actually, that won't work. Yeah, Nicki just raps better than y'all, man. I'm sorry. Nicki raps better than y'all. I'm sorry. By the way, I listened to a few tracks. You know, the first track I went to check was the Drake track. Okay, I think Drake was on his coasting wave. He gave a hook, not really like a feature. Okay, it's cool. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. J. Cole gotta be on like his steroid year, because this is the first time I've seen J. Cole really try to be number one. Now, he's done like almost great work in the past that you're like, oh, this is like almost the number one year. But this nigga is on a mission to kill everything. He has a record with Nicki. I think he absolutely bodies it too. Which I'm looking at J. Cole, I'm like, damn, this nigga is not missing. This fuck nigga is not missing at all. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I think it was two people that made Drake drop that For All the Dogs Scary Hour shit. It was J. Cole and Joe Budden. Facts. Gotta be what it is. But anyway, I'm gonna take some time to listen to this Nicki Minaj album. I like her giving the other females digital wedgies or lyrical wedgies. Meg, pick up a stick. You're doing too much fucking squats in the gym. Get in the fucking booth, okay? That's what you need to do, all right? Somebody said Meg looked like Playboy Cardi twin sister. All right, okay. Any more Nicki Minaj esque things we got to talk about? By the way, let me see if I can. I'm trying to find. I won't get the breakdown yet, but I'm trying to find if, like, how many are. I'm trying to see how many are going to be pure sales. To put it in perspective, right? To put it in perspective, let me see. To put it in perspective. And by the way, here's the thing. When it comes to sales, Nicki always has a one leg down type shit. Pause. Like, she doesn't have an advantage. She has a disadvantage. The reason why is this. Females will support Drake's music. Niggas will support Drake music. They'll both buy it. You go cop a Pink Friday 2 CD, nigga, or if that shit's in your iTunes, nigga, niggas might think you on some Dwight Howard shit. Like, nigga, you gay. You know what I mean? So usually, even if guys like the music, they're not gonna go wild supporting it unless they're like Lil Nas X or some gay nigga, right? Or like Saucy, whatever, right? So she misses out on a certain part of the audience because they don't feel comfortable. And yes, that might be sexism. It is what it is. They don't feel comfortable copping female music. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's talking about sucking dick, twerking on dick, doing all type of shit on dick. Like, ain't nobody want to cop that shit, right? Let me look at this. Let me see. Commercial. Okay. So, for example, and I'll take this bet with y'all. So, Drake sold 402,000 records first week with For All the Dogs, which pretty much means he's double what Nicki's gonna sell with Pink Friday, right? Now, out of the 402 records first week that Drake sold, 10,000 of those were pure album sales, which means track equivalent units, which means people bought the records individually and 10 of those equal to an album, or people bought the album itself, and basically all of those added up would be 10,000 pure units. I guarantee Nicki Minaj sells more than 10,000 units pure, right? So most of Drake shit was streaming. Nicki shit, because I don't think Nicki's fan base is as big as Drake, but Nicki's audience goes harder than Drake's. You get what I mean? So Nicki's fans, I'll be surprised if at least 40,000, which would be 10 times, no, not 10 times, 4 times the amount of sales for Drake's album. I'd be surprised if isn't 40,000 album sales, right? Compared to Drake, who only had 10. Now, you might say, well, that's not fair. Drake doesn't do, like, really pre-orders like that. Drake also doesn't do, like, you know, attempted bundles or, like, nigga, we ain't giving no excuses for that, nigga. Let's be honest, all right? Okay, cool. All right. GNC, well, thank you for $5 donation. We pretty much handled your comment for the first topic. Takeoff Films, thank you for the 2. He says, yo, talk about Bando KD and M Block diss song. Okay, I'll check into it. Big Hot Rod, thank you for the 5. It says, yo, why did the JBP go so hard on Cameron for them basically calling him a creep, but not P. Diddy when he's actually on some creep shit? Okay. Glass TV, thank you for the 10. He says, yo, I'm the biggest blogger out of Virginia. Aunt Glizzy wasn't capping about the 757. And he says, stream Charleston White response off my page. You know I'm a chat nigga. Okay, you guys send me a link for that. G5694.